can, somewhat zone, but
so
you know.
now they're in zone. When you're in zero and together, almost exclusively zone. Is that something you got to get used to?
Yeah, it's fine. You just gotta rotate, know your rotations, and
Was the Notre Dame game good for you because it built your confidence, or did you have to kind of define what your role was in a big spot with this team?
I feel like a little bit of both. Just knowing my role, like I don't have to score to contribute. We have great scorers here, so I can help in other ways. Coach always reminds me of that, like rebounding. So I feel like I was just showing one thing that I actually could do on the court.
Is it something that you really can take hold of right now? I mean, a lot of kids can say stuff like that, oh yeah, I can do other things, but when you're used to being a premier scorer, it must be difficult.
I wouldn't say it's difficult. That's just something that I can do day in and day out, like night in and day out, every game, you know, without scoring. So even if I'm having a good day or a bad day.
How they responded to a tough situation.
I mean, they could have very easily just given up right then, and they could have given up and then had excuses, but that's not enough for them, and I think that says a lot about their competitiveness and their fight.
Is this a lingering problem for you? You had it in the preseason too,
I don't want to comment too much on the migraines, but you got to plan on working on it.
How do you feel? You feel good out there?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel good.
Talk about how Megan is coming along. I mean, you obviously experienced how difficult it can be here as a freshman, and she seems to be kind of collecting herself right now to where she can contribute for you guys.
Yeah, she's starting to find the things that she's really good at, and for a freshman, that's kind of what you have to do. You have to find your shtick, and I think that's crucial on this team. And you know, now she's starting to understand the ways that she can really help us. Now she kind of feels like she really has a role.
How can she help you?
I mean, we saw in the Notre Dame game the way she just went and crashed after every rebound. She attacked, she was aggressive, and it was just a burst of energy for us.
The transition, when you go from high school where you're used to scoring and to sort of realize that you can contribute without scoring, without doing much on offense, what kind of transition is that for a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure coming in as a freshman, you probably never had a coach that really emphasized anything besides scoring, especially in high school when you could do it so easily. So it's not easy and it's new, so it's a learning curve.
As close as you are to Kia, can you just talk about how different she seems even now? I mean, she's been a real solid player for 3 years, but she seems to be stepping up to a different level this year.
Yeah, she's just got a whole new level of confidence and just kind of a rhythm to her, you know? She just, watching the ball come off her hands, it just looks smooth, and we're surprised when she misses now. And yeah, she's got a whole nother kind of demeanor to her.
How much does that add to this team when you have that other scoring threat who can do so many different things on the court?
Yeah, I mean, she spreads the floor so much now, and it's like, who do you guard now on the perimeter? Because you can't leave any of our guards open now. So, you know, it just creates so many options for us.
Gabby, what can you say of Ezra as a teammate overall and the impact she's had?
I mean, she stepped up when we needed her the most in every situation that we needed her, and I think that's what a good teammate is. So, you know, she came into an environment where everything was new, and she fit in right away because she's just a good teammate.
So after this game, you get a week off, but you also have to focus on like the student part of student athlete with finals. How does that work for you guys' schedule?
I think we need it, especially, you know, we had the 12-day trip, a huge game as soon as we came back, and then now we're traveling again to play another really good team. So I think we need the 10 days at home and to focus on something else. I mean, we'll still be focusing on basketball, obviously we have practice, but, you know, to focus, compartmentalize and focus on something else. So I think it's much needed.
Is it difficult because your whole schedule kind of gets thrown off from the semester and you need to readjust for a week? Is it difficult to adjust to that?
It's only difficult if you make it difficult. But, so, you know, we've learned how to time manage, and we have people to help us. You know, we have our academic advisor, we have each other, we have study hall. So, yeah, it's only difficult if you make it difficult.
I did quite a bit before I stopped, you know. I actually did a lot of practice. I don't know how long it was or what time I stopped, but I did everything too leading up to when I stopped, so contact and everything.
You almost want to take this game off too, so you have an extended 2 weeks to get well, or are you so anxious to play that you just want to be back out there?
I mean, I definitely know it's we're still going day by day and figuring things out, but I never want to miss a game, and so, you know, I I want to play. I also don't want to be dealing with this ankle injury. So there's a lot of things that, you know, I would want to happen right now, but we're still going to see it every day how I feel.
Are you feeling antsy at this point? You know, to get out there and complete a game?
Yeah, I definitely want to, you know, start playing, but I've talked to, you know, the coaches and Shay a lot about trying to think about the longevity of this season and how I don't want to be dealing with this for a while, but I'm definitely ready to get out there and play in a full game.
When it happened the last game, was it just the frustration of, man, is this happening again, or was it you were in a lot of pain because you were on the field, like you were encouraging tears, or they even were crying at that point?
I'm sorry. Definitely both, I would say. You know, it was pretty painful, but like I said, I was practicing today and I felt good, and I'm going to keep rehabbing. I've done a lot of rehab since then to try to strengthen that ankle up, so hopefully I can, for just the future in general, have a better time with my ankle.
Thank you.
What kind of challenges does DePaul present when you play them?
They're really aggressive, and their press is going to be really tough. That's why we were working on it at the end of practice there. And you know, they shoot, I think, 37 threes a game is what they're averaging. So just making sure that on defense we're in the right spot every single time down the court is going to be big for us, because a team that shoots that much, they can hit and they can get hot. So that could be a big key for them.
With finals coming up, how do you deal with having such a long break right in the middle of the season?
You know, it's pretty tough, actually, because you think it's like, oh, finally get a focus on schoolwork and stuff, but you still got to be ready for practice. And, you know, it's that time where you have weird times for practice because you got to fit it in during finals week. So I know we have like an early practice next week, and we haven't done, you know, morning practices during the week in a long time. So just being able to still balance that, but also knowing that we have a break, I think it's a good time for us to get that break. And after all the games we've played, we have time for everyone to recover and just be ready to go for that next one.
What makes DePaul tough to defend against?
Well, they have the ability to shoot the three, and they shoot a lot of them every game. So when you can stretch a defense out that far, and then you knock in half of the threes you make, threes can keep you in a game, or they can keep you out of a game. So their ability to pull out your defense and then attack at the same time, it's a tough matchup.
They sort of like to dictate the pace, or try to. How do you guard against that, I guess?
Yeah, they absolutely try to dictate the pace in terms of their defensive pressure. Sometimes they wreak havoc in moments that you wouldn't expect them to. And the challenges come from places that you're just not ready for. And I think for us, it's a matter of maintaining our composure, finding the open man, and then getting up the floor in the most quick, calm, maintained way possible.
Curious how, when you guys come here, he doesn't play a lot of zone normally, but whenever Megan's there in the game, he's playing almost exclusively zone. When you're a young player, is that a big challenge? Maybe you've never played in a zone before in your entire life, and now all of a sudden you're learning how to play on the fly.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a challenge, and obviously everything that, when you come in here as a young player, everything is like a challenge. So everything's kind of just thrown at you, and it's new, and you got to figure it out, and other people have been doing it a lot, and things move quickly. But, defensively, sometimes that's to your benefit. If maybe you're a person who is better in a zone, then that's what we use. If not, then we use man. So he's pretty good at picking out the strengths and weaknesses of us as a unit out there, and who's out there with us at what time. So we're just continuing to get better at that.
Zoning against DePaul, is that could be a problem, or do you think you guys are ready for a challenge like that?
It would definitely be a challenge. As a team who shoots, I think they shoot like 37 threes a game or something along the lines of that.
The country made threes, yeah.
Right, so with a team that has that many shooters, a zone would be challenging to play, so it's a decision the coaches are going to have to talk about.
Megan said that he's been pushing her buttons the entire times that she's here. There wasn't a let-up period. How do you think she's responding to it, and what can she add to you if she kind of gets it now, coming off Notre Dame?
I mean, I think there's a lot of things that Meg can add, and when you come in as a freshman, your role kind of changes from what you were in high school to what you are now. And we saw it at Notre Dame with her ability to rebound offensively and defensively. Meg can do that for us every single day. When she's in a spot where she can be successful in terms of back to the basket, it's almost automatic. Her pull-up game is almost automatic. So she can add a lot of stuff for us, and she can come in and give us great quality minutes. The best part about being a freshman here is that whole world is not on your shoulders because there's so many people who have done it before you.
Is it tough to learn that you can play well without shooting well? It seems like she had a UCLA game where she shot the ball well, and she had a Notre Dame game where she did everything else well. Is that hard for a freshman to understand the difference?
Yeah, depending on where you come from, like I said, you know, in a situation where you're like Meg or you're like Lou or Stewie, you come here and you learn those things kind of, you know, quickly. And with this world that we live in now, with all the social media that's always around us and all that extra kind of fun stuff, to come here and understand that you can make an impact doing things that might not end up on the stat sheet, it's a hard thing to do, but when you get it, it's great.